Welcome to the Pathways to Surrender podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and thank you for joining us for this guided meditation. Please note that these meditations are recorded in a tropical setting with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Let's take a moment now to just get settled in, get comfortable and relaxed. Maybe close our eyes and take some breaths and just listen to the music before the meditation starts. Are you willing to let go of control and surrender in this moment? This is not a rhetorical question. It's a question to encourage us to consider deeply what choice we are making in this moment. The choice of control is a normal, habitual choice that we are probably not even aware of making. But it is a choice that dominates our life if we don't make it conscious. You may feel like you can't surrender, you can't let go. There is resistance. You must understand that that resistance arises out of a decision, an unconscious decision perhaps, But nevertheless, it is a decision. For what we must understand is that it is a natural process to return to a state of being that is conscious and connected. And that we are somehow actively opposing that by remaining in control, are overriding the natural process with our will. There is a natural impulse within us to return to peace, return to a state of resting, a state of relaxation. If you watch animals in the wild, you'll see that unless they have some urgent need, they stop and relax. As humans, we have the ability to oppose those natural impulses. We have free will. We can use our will to go against our natural impulses. That is how we have created the ego and the identity. To replace that which we have turned away from. And so the question of whether we are willing to surrender, to let go of control, becomes important. Because in essence, we know that when we have resistance, we are not willing. But we must acknowledge and affirm that. Recognize it. Or else we are bound by its unconscious power. I must remember that despite all appearances of the moment, the truth remains true. That there is a level of consciousness or peace. It's the only reality. That underneath what we think is real and true, and what we are imagining is real and true, there is another level where truth is reality, There is a divine order, a divine and perfect order. That is the reality of every moment. The ego will insist there is something wrong, something is imperfect, something should be different or should be better or shouldn't be happening. That is the basis of its existence and its purpose. It doesn't matter how loudly, how often it proclaims these problems. It doesn't change the truth. And it can be very reasonable and logical and rational about its claims, but it doesn't make them true or real. Logic, rationality, and reasonableness are not the qualities of truth. The truth is spontaneous, creative, exists in the realm of infinite potential and possibility. Anything can happen in any moment. It is unlimited in its potential. Unlimited in its creative possibilities. Dissociated, limited, dualistic mind, ego, cannot accept or comprehend how that can be true. And we have been conditioned to accept that limited, dualistic view as reality. So, there is no reasonable claim that there is something wrong. Yes, we may be experiencing pain or discomfort, some kind of suffering or struggle. But that is a consequence of our acceptance of the need to control and our acceptance of fear as our guide. It is a big change to replace fear with trust, to replace control with trust. It is a huge step. And of control seems to be working for us in any way, we will be loath to give it up. If we can look around and see that control is working somehow, we won't give it up. But we are looking from a very limited perspective. We welcome dribs and drabs. Instead of leading a fulfilled, joyful, creative life, we're happy if we can walk and talk. And of course, we should be grateful that we can. But we must recognize that there is so much more. That the peace that we truly long for is available, but not while we insist on remaining in control. One of the things many of us fear is to be vulnerable, to be open, to expose our true self. There was much pain. At some point, there was so much pain that we said no more. We closed the door. We blocked the connection. We fear that letting go of control and becoming vulnerable will make us experience that pain again. And yes, we do experience the release of all pain, but we are not in any danger from it. Yes, it can be uncomfortable, but it is always temporary. It always passes. It does not damage us. It frees us. The effort of control is a burden. A huge burden. It is the experience of knowing the truth that will give us the freedom and peace that we seek. Let us choose to make ourselves available to that experience, despite the fear and resistance. We can choose. We must be able to see by now causing ourselves pain and suffering. There is no real benefit to staying in control, and the cost becomes more and more obvious. Let us choose just for this moment to listen within for the call of grace. To open ourselves to that grace. What awaits for us is peace and freedom, the lightness of laying down our burdens, the effort that is so constant. We can be done with all of it in this moment. Remember, there is that within you that knows that the truth is real, that there is indeed only one consciousness. That there is an infinite and timeless creative source. Giving life in this moment. Creating anew in every moment. Let us choose that for this moment. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you would like more information on these meditations and teachings, you can visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Wholeness. These are episodes of meditative teachings designed to help us move to the next step in our journey, letting go and learning to surrender, overcoming resistance. That's Pathways to Wholeness. Look for the next episode soon. We'll be uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.